Following the abandoned stretch of the Dunloup Creek branch line, I'm back in my home county, Fayette County. Well, technically I grew up in both counties because my grandma had a house in Mount Hope and I spent a lot of time down here, but technically I lived in Raleigh County, so that's kind of between the two counties. Like I said, Fayette County, my home county, is where I spent most of my life, is in this county. I'm literally just past the county line. If I walk around that curve, I'll be back in Raleigh County. The abandoned stretch of the Dunloup Creek branch line. Doing my video series, putting abandoned mine towns and rail lines all over southern West Virginia. Come think of it, we'll try to find that place my cousin told me about. Yeah, after work I didn't have enough time to go hunt down that school. Oh well, still a beautiful day and it's fun to get out. Let me get to the dollar store. I used to walk and ride my bike up here all the time. Good old days. I remember when the railroad track was still here. It was abandoned at the time, but it was still here. And me and my cousin would ride bikes. I'd get my mom and my grandma bike. We were popping tires on my bike, but it was so much fun when I was in the railroad track, on the railroad track. Like, some of the track is still here when I get farther up. This stretch was never rebuilt. CSX rebuilt the stuff that stretch from Thurman to Mount Hope. And Mount Hope, you got the Sugar Creek Spur. This nobody panics because I know a few people that love to film trains on the Dunloup Creek branch line. Most of it's still here. There's a 10-mile stretch of the Dunloup Creek branch line that was abandoned and removed. This is part of the 10-mile stretch. Well, actually, probably less than 10 miles was removed because I left the rail yard in. So technically 9 of the 10-mile stretch was removed that was abandoned. The stretch of the rail yard is still there. Surprisingly, it's still there. Now I've already got videos on YouTube of it too. And then the trains get to Mount Hope, they go up the Sugar Creek Spur. I can actually remember the tracks being through here for the most part. Some of it's moved in the late 90s and some of it was removed not that many years ago. This is a beautiful area. I didn't get up here to get my fall photos. Usually I come up here at least a few times a year. Usually in the fall I'll get some nice photography work. This year, working my job, the Halloween, those 2 booths and the 2 antique malls, and I was doing so much at once I just never made it up here to get the fall followers pictures this year. Well, as for my Facebook followers, I have to reshare the ones I took last year here if I can find them, if I didn't accidentally delete them. Sometimes I'll hit file pictures on Facebook when I'm updating my Facebook, and then I realize I hadn't deleted when I should have kept. Yeah. But over there's the coal mine town of Price Hill, Raleigh and Fayette County. If I pan over, I could film in the Raleigh County right now. I'm filming in the Raleigh County because that's the county line just around there. I live so close to the Raleigh County border I could walk. Sometimes I don't have much to do. I feel like I just walk up through here. And over there's Dunloup Creek Road, which I'll point out in a second when I get to a better viewing point where I can see Dunloup Creek Road better. That's the right away of the White Oak Railway. But I love living here. If people don't see, okay, trying to think how to word this. Trump did not win the re-election, so people's going to have to face the fact. Even if he would have won, the coal's still going out anyways. It's just facts. There's that sinkhole. Coal is fading out. That's the reason so many places here in West Virginia are struggling. The politics here can't. It's got a one-track mind that's like all they can focus on is coal. They can't focus on industries who want to bring more businesses and factories and other businesses in here to rely on stuff besides coal. Got stores and restaurants. Beckley's doing good, but Beckley and Fayetteville rely on the tourist. We got a lot of tourists for Beckley, Fayetteville, and I think part of Oak Hill. Mount Hope, we could focus more on that if they get better politics in Mount Hope. I'm not going to get into details. I'm not doing this video to focus on politics, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to set the abandoned railroad right away, because that's part of my series over the next 5 or 6 months. Also, something else I want to point out, I'm not going to film something abandoned every single day and upload, because There's a lot around here, but I don't think I can get enough. Of course, if this winter ends up like 2009, 2010 winter, and it starts in the beginning of December, it starts snowing every day, and we get snow every single day for 4 or 5 months in a row, then I won't be doing much. That's part of Price Hill, a kill site. I mean, not Price Hill. That house has collapsed. It broke its back. It's split in half. A lot of these houses were bought out by the government when the flood control came along. But that's the railroad tracks. I remember when the track was still here. And then at some point, CSX pulled up all the steel rails, but left a lot of the ties, but then a lot of the ties were pulled up for bulldozers and equipment there sometime in the mid-90s. But I do remember when the tracks were still here. Even though I don't remember the trains, because I don't think the train's been through, I don't think it's been a train at this stretch since about 1975. I think that's a year. Well, maybe later. I do know the track is still being used in 1975 because I know a guy named Jim who lives in Mount Hope on West Virginia Street. His dad worked for Chesapeake, Ohio, was the CNO, which became Ceci Systems and CSX, and he retired in 75, and they were still running trains here. His dad was still taking hauling coal out of Oswald because they had a lot of, even though the Oswald mine itself has shut down, they ended up doing strip mining in the nearby area and actually hauling coal trains through sometime in the late 70s. I think this is the right-of-way right here too. Although this stretch, that one's been gone since way before my time. Even though the train hasn't been up on this stretch since sometime in the late 70s, at least it's stay here. I think they still did go across the rail crossing to the engine house a little bit in the mid to late 80s, but just to store rail cars on, just to store rail cars in that little stretch. Everything's changed so much here. Well, these two trailers are, people used to live down the bottom where the government's buying all of the houses, and they got bought out and decided to buy the lots up here and stay in Kilsyte, but move away from the creek because got these trailers. Well, actually, I think people on that trailer probably done the same thing. I know there's an abandoned house here. I didn't even know it was here until after the fact. I could follow the right of way. I think I better follow the right of way because I walk in the Kilsyte filming, I might make somebody mad. Tactically, I am in Kilsyte. Was on the right of way part. I don't know what they're asking. I forget what they're asking for. I call about that a lot, and I cannot remember what they're asking for it. Not really concerned anyways. I could follow that trail up there, but I'm not. If I didn't have to cross private property, I'd go up there because there's some interesting looking places up there, but no, that might have been one. That house up there with the red metal roof might have been one of the ones that sold for the back taxes. There's some places in Price Hill that might go up for back taxes. But I think this time, I don't know if I'm going to go to Raleigh County tax sale or not. I might just instead send and get a down payment on that house that the bank is supposed to be auctioning off. But I don't know if that house is still lived in or not. I do know that one there is clearly abandoned. And I think that might be, because some places in Kilsyte, there were some houses that was being sold. I didn't bid on any because I wasn't sure if they were along the creek or not. Some of these places here, people quit paying taxes on, just abandoned and left. And some of them, they did not. Because I wasn't sure exactly where the location was, I was too scared to bid because I didn't know if I would get something along the creek I couldn't do anything with due to major flooding or not. That's the reason I bid on anything in Kilsyte. That's from downtown Mount Hope, right by my house. If I wasn't on the phone call, didn't take out a phone call, I could have got those, but I stepped outside, got something, a quick bite to eat from biscuit engraving to his biscuit roll, then took a phone call. That house looks empty. If these houses are empty, there are a few empty houses farther up here in Dreamy Lane that are for sale. Those I could buy and do something with immediately, because if I buy them outright from the owner and don't go to the tax sale, I can do something with them immediately. I don't have to wait until 16 months. I don't know if that one's empty or not. I should have bid on something here. I really should have. Oh well. I got the best deal anyways. I got just vacant lots and land. I don't have to worry about there on some abandoned house or building if it becomes mine. As I'm saying, if it's possible that the owners that may reclaim it. They have the right to do so within that 16-month period. If they do so, then you can't really do much because you get your money back plus interest if they do reclaim it. So I wouldn't mind. Either way, I'll come out ahead. Even if I'll just get my money, if I claim within the next 30 days from now, for example, I might get like $5 or $10 interest. Of course, they wait until like the last minute, like within 24 hours of it being transferred to me, I get quite a bit of interest. But there's the engine house for the Glens and Canal Railroad. Apparently they had a total of 4 engines back in the day. And there's some powerhouse for the mines. This is the actual power. I don't know if this is the actual powerhouse for the mine or not. That's a brand new garage door. They just recently replaced that. It's actually a nice area. There's the old power. Yes, this place is still used. It's not abandoned. They have some kind of machine shop here. There's a small rail yard here. I remember in the 90s them coming, part of the railroad track still here, and there's actually some couple coal cars. There's like 2 abandoned coal cars and the remains of a steam engine. I think that there's a boiler to a steam engine here, like steam engine boiler, and a few other pieces to a steam engine, which might have been one of the 4 that the Glens and Canal owned. It was all scrap since then, so they all scrapped it all and didn't save any of it. But I really do believe that big, huge boiler tank for the steam engine was from one of the 4 that the Glens and Canal owned. I just want to keep filming so I can get the smokestacks. And this old abandoned building. I don't know what thing's going to go for Mount Hope in the future. Sort of things will get better. I hope so, because I want to stay here. I think I like it here too much. My sister and her husband, Philip, would love it if I moved down where they're at in North Carolina. Honest, I think I like Mount Hope too much. Oh well. I think that might have been the actual powerhouse for the Kill Site mine, but I'm not sure. I do know there's a 4-wheel path up here somewhere in the stretch. You follow it, you come up to where the coal seam is, where the coal temple used to come down. So we're in this stretch. But I don't feel like going up there. Besides, to make the video too long, I'll do that in the future video because I'll feel like climbing halfway up the mountain to get there.